Hi everybody, my name is Angela Cleary. I'm a life coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about letting go of what no longer serves us in order to move forward with our lives, in order to pursue and find our life purpose. So this came to me last night. I was on the phone to a friend and I remembered that in April of last year, 11 months ago, I was on the phone to him, and the minute he asked me how I was, I burst out crying. Because I just made the hardest decision of my life. I made the decision to set boundaries with my family members. And this was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. But the reason I made this decision is because I had lost all sense of who I was. I was physically and mentally unwell. My stress levels and my fear levels were so high that I had rashes all over my face. My health wasn't great, and I was in very, very low vibrational energy and in constant state of fear and in constant state of lack. Now, a couple of years previous to getting into that state from being around toxic people, I had ambition, I had a goal, I had a life purpose, I had a vision for my life, and I had passion and I had drive. But because I allowed myself because I became such a people pleaser in trying to help somebody else, I lost all of my life force energy and I lost all sense of who I was. I lost all my passions. And I knew I was slowly but surely disappearing. My soul, my essence, and all of who I was disappearing. And I knew I had a higher purpose on this planet. I knew I had a purpose and a mission. But I forgot what that was because I allowed somebody to take all of my life force energy. I forgot what it was like to be passionate. All the dreams that I once had went to shit. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life anymore. Deep down, I knew I had a goal and a passion, but my life became so slow and so stagnant because I allowed somebody to steal my life force energy. And I don't want to put a blame on it and external energy there. I am such a people pleaser that I feel that I needed to help. I have to fix everyone else, but that's to the detriment of my own health. And you can't fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed or isn't ready to be healed. And if I had to start cutting off a lot of people out of my life and make those hard decisions. So the year before, I had to cut out a very big group of really, really amazing people who I saw as my soul family. And I just knew that there was something not right anymore. And it was the hardest decision. That was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. And then I went into another mediocre job, attracted another narcissistic boss, had to make the decision to go against societal norms, to try and find myself again or find my true purpose, because I knew that this kind of work was no longer for me. So what I'm trying to say, what my point is that we have to make such hard sacrifices, massive decisions in our lives to find ourselves again, to find our life purpose. And I remember all the lessons I learned over the last few years, understanding and having to let go of things that no longer serve me. It's so hard. It's so hard because your ego mind will keep trying to pull you back, keep trying to keep you stuck, keep saying that you're comfortable or that it's okay, that, it could be fine, but deep down your soul is crying out to be seen, to actually, for you to follow your actual purpose. And my friend on the phone last night, he said to me, life is a bit of a struggle or something like that, because I was after explaining a couple of my past to him, and I don't know what way he said it, but I was like, no, life is a struggle until you make the hard decisions. But when you make those hard decisions, your life will go into flow and it gets easier. And that reminded me of the decisions that I've made over the last few years. They were the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, cutting off all my friends, my family, walking away from a 9-to-5 job again. All of this, it scares the shit out of you, but you have to make that decision. You have to make that choice to heal yourself and to fulfill your life purpose. Now, it took me a long time over the last year, 11 months, to understand why the universe was isolating me, to understand why I was alone. And like, you know, obviously at first I felt so victim mentality, so angry even. Like, why is everyone leaving? And like, I know you make the choice to walk away, but this triggers the abandonment wound, which obviously triggered for me because that's my biggest wound. Everyone, I lost all sense of hope because I was like, everyone leaves, no one stays. What's wrong with me? Am I not worthy, etc. But from crying on the phone last April to my friend after deciding to block my dad that week, 1 month later, I was attracted to a live event by Matthew McConaughey and Dean Graziosi, and there was a load of other motivational speakers. And now this event went on for 4 hours, and this is something out of my comfort zone. I would normally never do this. But 1 month after I decided to make the hardest decision of my life, I watched this video, this live event. And for the first time in a couple of years, I felt a spark. I saw a little bit of a light, and I was like, okay, this is actually resonating with me. This is showing me something here. And I started to feel a little bit of life in myself, or hope for life again after such a long time. And like, you know, as I said, I'd lost all my passions. I'd lost all ambition because I didn't know where my life was going, because I had let myself be around such low vibrational energy that I lost all my positivity and all my life force, all my get up and go. And watching these motivational speakers, especially Trent Shelton, I saw his passion, and I was just looking at him going, that reminds me of me. And like, whenever I'm on the phone to my friend who I was speaking to last night, I get so passionate about my journey, my spiritual journey. My whole body does be sweating, and like, you're shouting on the phone, like, and I was like, oh my God, that's passion. That's passion. And watching this speaker, I was like, this is something I could do. This is something maybe for me. And for the first time in such a long time, I felt a little bit of hope, as I said. But I knew I wasn't ready. I knew that I was still hurting and still trying to heal from walking away from the toxic energy. And I needed to get my stress levels down. I needed to overcome this fear. I needed to do so much inner healing. And I was like, but if I do my healing now, if I make the choice to actively and consciously heal myself every day, this could be something for me. So I did a few masterclasses on life coaching after that because, as I said, I felt this bit of a spark. But because of the fear-based energy I was going through and the low vibrational energy I was going through, I made the conscious choice to start my healing really intensely. And I said, I need to heal myself now so that I can pursue something fulfilling and of meaning. And because I made this decision, the universe helps you along the way. So making these hard decisions, making that choice, is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. Letting go things that do not serve you anymore. It's very hard because that's all we know. That's our comfort zone. That's what we've had as our comfort blanket for so long. And don't get me wrong, these people that we let go of, they were a part of our lives for a reason. They helped us grow and uplift us at that stage of our lives for a reason. But as we grow higher, if we can't bring them with us, we need to stay going. We need to keep pursuing this, even if we have to do it on our own. And I remember in May thinking, okay, there's a chance that this is for me. And 2 months later, I was guided to a 5-day challenge with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. And I cried the whole way through it. But what they said to me, and I want you to, if you're feeling this way, if you feel that your life is stuck, if you feel that you're anxious all the time and you don't know what your future holds, if you're bored of going around in that cycle over and over again, every day the same, every day black and white, if your health is deteriorating because your mental health is suffering, if you've got anxiety, you've got stress, and your body is reacting, when your body reacts, when your body gets ill, when your mind gets ill, this is the universe's way of telling you that you're not happy, that your life is not being lived the way you should. your soul is not in alignment with your life. So if you've got anxiety, if you've got physical illnesses or physical ailments, this is warning from the universe that you need to wake the fuck up and get out of that cycle. And that's what I finally did, because my mental and physical health was going and I could feel my soul leaving my body, because I was letting myself be around toxic energy, because I felt that I owed that person something because they were blood, because they were family. I was letting my health go to shit because I wasn't living the life that I needed to live. That was my trigger. That was my final trigger. And if I didn't get out of that situation then, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. And I don't even know if I'd be alive, because my health was slowly but surely going worse and worse and worse. And when I did the 5-day challenge last July, they said to me, picture your life in 6 months from now. If you don't make that decision today to pursue your dreams, to pursue your life purpose, to change your life, to choose you, 6 months from now, you will look back with more regret than ever, and you will still be feeling your health will get worse. You know, it will. And like, if I hadn't made the choice that day, back in May, but back in July, to change, I would not be standing here right now with such optimism and such health and vitality. I would be looking back, if I didn't make that choice then, I would be looking back in regret and still stuck and still depressed and still anxious. And I just knew that they say, when is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When is the second best time? Right now. So when is the best time to change your life? Right now. Make that hard decision today to walk away from the people that are dragging you down, from the job that's dragging you down, from the relationship that's dragging you down. Choose you. And back in May, Matthew McConaughey said, be selfish to become selfless. And I didn't really understand at the time, but now I understand it. Now I understand why the universe isolated me. I would not be able to pursue the life of my dreams, my life purpose, to help other people, if I was still trying to help the people that can't be helped. What I mean by this is, like, I was allowing myself to stay stuck. I have such a passion to help others, but because I get so intensely invested into somebody else's growth, I end up staying stuck instead of moving forward in my life by trying to pull them up with me. And what that actually does is pull me back to their level. So I can't fulfill my life mission with low vibrational energy in my life. And no matter how hard that was for me to completely isolate myself from the world, from my family, from everyone, I had to do it because I have a higher purpose on this planet, and so do you. All you have to do is make that choice today, that choice to do that inner healing, that choice to choose a life of fulfillment for yourself. Like, it's hard. It is so hard to get out of that comfort zone. It's so hard to get out of that life the only life you've ever known. That lack mentality, that fear-based mentality, that anxiety, that pain. Because we've been in it and that's all we've ever known, even though it's not comfortable, it's all we know. And we're afraid of this unknown. We're afraid of taking these risks. We're afraid of investing in ourselves. And it was so scary when they said to me, make that choice today to change, to pursue your life. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how. But they were like, your why should be bigger than your how. Why do you want to change? Why do you want to be of service to this world? Why do you want to do this? I want to do this so that I can help other people, to prevent other people from suffering the way I did, to help them out of the blocks that I was in. This is why life coaching is my purpose, is because I have such an intense need to help others. But I could not have done that if I hadn't have chosen myself and if I hadn't have made the decision that day to move forward. And as I said, it's scary, right? Every time we think, okay, oh, the unknown, how do I get forward? What I did was break those baby steps, these baby steps. The baby steps are scary. They're so scary. But break that baby step into a million little milli steps. That's what I call them. And if you take a milli step forward every day, if you improve by 1% every day, you will get so far in just 1 week, 2 weeks, 6 months. And like, I had such self-limiting beliefs, and I had such fear, and I did not know how I was going to do this, because I didn't know how I would be able to afford to pay for courses or to get out of the rut that I was in. And because you take that first of all, because you make the choice, the universe will open doors of opportunity where you only saw walls. So if you take a milli step forward, the universe will take 2 more. Now that can be scary. Don't get me wrong. If the universe pushes you forward a little bit, two more steps, you're kind of get a bit of overwhelm, and you're like, oh, I can't do this. So you might go back a step, but you're still 2 steps forward than you were previous to being at 0. So if you consciously take that tiny step every day to improve yourself, to do that healing, to learn the skills, to do those courses, the universe will bring in massive opportunities. And back in September then last year, I was mentors were like, I attracted mentors into my life through this coaching program, and they helped me overcome limiting beliefs and self-doubt and all that. And I remember back then as well, they were on about sharing video content to market, like, your brand. Oh my God. I was like, no, I can't. No, can't do that. And I was like really fearful of sharing my voice, or how I would share my voice to the world. And I was like, how am I going to share content? Because I'm so scared. And I was texting somebody one evening, a friend, and he was saying like, oh Jesus, you're writing pure like essays here or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I do chat. Like, and I've been told this before, like my replies on text messages to be about that long, because, you know, I have so much to say. And I was like, oh, I can share content like that. That's how I do it. And then, like, I never thought I would have the guts to stand in front of a camera, let alone do a live video. Jesus, that was so alien to me. And then in November, when the boundaries I'd set with family members were being were being disrespected, I had a lot more lessons to learn, and they all resurfaced then. And that night, the morning after that night, I woke up and I said, I have to share this. Somebody needs to hear my message. And I stopped worrying about the camera, and like, it was hard, don't get me wrong. I was nervous as fuck, like, whoa. But I had to stop worrying about being in front of a camera, because my voice, my message needs to be heard. And so does yours. You're on this planet. We're all on this planet for a reason, for a higher purpose, for a mission, to be of service, to change humanity, to break generational curses, to stop the trauma of the past, to change the way society lives for the future generations. We're here to change everything, but we need to change ourselves first. We need to make that conscious choice, that decision, that one decision, to not live in that shitty life anymore, to move forward slowly but surely to fulfill the life of our dreams and our life of mission. Like, as I said, I consciously started taking the baby steps forward, and it was hard. It was so hard. But back in July last year, I watched Dean and Tony, and I cried the whole way through it, knowing that moment that I had to make the decision to start. Didn't know how, scared as fuck. What am I going to do? Didn't know how, but I just made that choice today. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Instead of saying I'll try, don't say I try. Because the way we speak to each other is another thing. Don't say I try, or I can't, or I should, or I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Fuck that shit. Say I will. Say I can. Say I will. Jesus. And I just made the choice that day. I didn't know how, and Jesus, I was so scared to even take an inch of a step forward. But I said I will. I will change. And 6 months after that 5-day challenge, I watched Tony Robbins for a 3-day challenge live. And instead of crying the whole way through, I had a few tears for some of these stories, of course. I felt such pride in myself for being able to actually look back 6 months ago, after Dean Graziosi saying, don't look back in 6 months with regret. And I was able to look back on those 6 months with pride, with fulfillment. And like, I was still only on the start, like, and this is only 7 months later now from making that conscious decision that this is what I need to do. And I've done courses, I've done a lot of courses now over the last 6-7 months to learn these skills that I need so that I can share my voice with the world, so that I can become a conscious life coach, so that I can help other people and other women the way that to come out of what I used to suffer. That's my purpose, is to help women who have suffered at the hands of narcissistic abuse as well, to help people even through their spiritual journey, to help people find love within themselves, and to help women especially to become independent and not codependent. This is my mission. This is my purpose. And even, as I said, like, just, that's another thing we need to do as well. Make the choice, but reward yourself for those baby steps. Do you know what I mean? So being able, as I said, being able to look back on the 6 months previous, I was able to go, wow, by making those tiny, tiny steps, no matter how hard they were, no matter how slow I thought I was going, I have come so far in 6-7 months. And even November was the first time I did a recorded video. And like, I had self-limiting beliefs come back up at the start of this year. And like, the conscious coaches that I was drawn to last year, who helped me so much, my connection is a bit slow there. But yeah, the conscious creators, coaches that I was drawn to last year came back into my life this year. And I had such limiting beliefs, again, self-limiting beliefs over the last few weeks. And I made a couple of more hard decisions to consciously move forward in my life. And they're after helping me overcome stuff over the last couple of weeks as well. And now I'm starting to look back. In November, 3 months ago, is when I first did a recorded video. And it's terrible. It's on my Facebook page. And 2 weeks ago, I was going to delete it because I was like, oh, I don't like that. But now I realise it's a good way to measure how far I've come. Now, if I can go from looking like that, feeling like that, and being so self-conscious back even in November, to being this confident, energetic, new version of myself in just a couple of months, in just even a couple of weeks, because I've made some more hard decisions over the last few weeks as well. But I've chosen myself, and that's my point, is we need to make that choice today. Today, not tomorrow, not say, oh, I'll start Monday, because that was one thing I always used to do. I'll start Monday. No, start right now. Start today. And all you have to do today is make a choice. Make that one decision that you want more for your life, that you want better for your life. And not only better for your life, better for your family's life. Like, you know, I had to cut off a lot of people. I had to cut off family members. But my intention is to build the life that I need to build and then reconcile. But I can't reconcile until I build this life first. I have a higher purpose on this planet. I need to fulfill that higher purpose before I can reconnect with people from my past. And it will happen. But right now I have to be selfish so that I can pursue and help more people on a wider scale. You can't help the people that don't want to be helped. You're here for something bigger. You're here for something more. So make that decision today. Make that conscious choice today to heal yourself and to go after that life that you so truly deserve, but a life of purpose, a life of fulfillment. Don't look back. Like, close your eyes right now. Close your eyes, and how do you feel? How is your health? How is your mind? And how is your body? Do you feel good? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel happy? Or are you going around in a circle of black and white all the time? The same shit, different day. If you're not happy, change that. Now, with your eyes still closed, picture yourself in 6 months from now. Do you want to feel this way in 6 months from now? No, you don't. What way would you like to feel in 6 months and look back at this version of yourself? You would like to feel happier, healthier, more energetic, with more vitality, with life force energy, full of self-love and a vision and ambition and a goal for your life. like what I've done in the last 7 months, even 11 months, 7 to 11 months, I have changed from crying on that phone to my friend to buzzing on that phone and remembering and looking back on how far I have come in that short space of time. Like, and I measure it as I go as well. So from May to July of last year, how I felt. From July to September last year, how I felt. From September to November, how I felt. From November to now, how I feel. Like, all these little steps. I'm not the same person I was 2 weeks ago. I'm not the same person I was 3 months ago. I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago. And thank fuck I'm not the same person I was 11 months ago, because she was nearly dead. And I mean that. And I hate saying it. I hate being negative, but I was nearly gone. I wasn't. And if I hadn't made that conscious choice to make the hardest decision of my life and cut off family members, I would not be sitting here in this high vibrational energy. So we have to make those hard decisions. We have to cut away those things that do not fill our soul with joy. If it's holding you back, cut it out. Cut it away. Like, even this time last year, I was still smoking cigarettes. I was still eating meat, still eating sugar. My teeth, my gums were gone to shit because of the fags and because of eating sugar. I am now vegan, which is something I used to work in meat factories and I used to love steak. I am now vegan. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't take drugs. I had a bit of sugar for my birthday and my body didn't like it. Do you know what I mean? My body, and I'm doing exercises now. I'm doing morning meditations. My life force energy is completely different. I'm learning a new skill every day because I'm back doing, I did courses last year, but I'm doing courses now again. So every day I'm learning more. My mind is healthier. My mind is younger. My body is healthier. My body is younger because I made that decision, and I didn't have good health. Like, my stomach, I had stomach issues most of my life because of alcohol, because of eating shitty food. Because of overeating, because of not being conscious of my health, not listening to the red flags from the universe. That's the thing. These are red flags. These are warning signs. These are mini tower moments. Your health, your mental health specifically, but your mental health is going to affect your physical health as well. But what you eat, what you do in your life, all of these little things, these are red flags. Your body is screaming at you. Your soul is screaming at you. The universe is screaming at you. Through your body, through illness, through mental health, that you are not living the life that you should be living. Listen to that shit. You know what I mean? And if a job doesn't fulfill your soul, if a job is affecting your mental health, get the fuck out of it. I'm sorry for cursing there. Jesus. Like, we stay in these jobs. We stay with these family members. We stay with these people that are affecting our mental and physical well-being, because we think we owe them something, because we think we have to, because society says we need to do it this way. Your health, your mind, your body, your soul is more important than anything else. Your life mission is more important than anything else, but you're more important than anything else. Start listening to these things and make that conscious choice today to heal yourself. For your future generations, for your future children, for society going forward. Break those curses, break that trauma, make that hard decision today so that your life will start flowing. Life is hard until you make these decisions. When you make these decisions, life gets easier. Your life, your soul, your everything, you get happier. You're healthier. Like, if being vegan was an alien concept to me, I was angry with the universe for making me vegan because I got signs from the universe to become vegan. And I swore I'd never be vegan because I loved eggs and cheese as well. Cheese was my favourite. And the universe made me intolerant to dairy. And I was like, no, I can't give up cheese. But I've given up all of that stuff now. And part of me was angry. Part of me was angry at the universe for making me become vegan. And then I accidentally I bought a bar of chocolate and there was a V on it, so I was like, oh, vegan, happy days. And then I took a square of the chocolate and I was like, I'll check that packet again. And it was actually vegetarian, not vegan, so it's milk chocolate. And I was like, shit. I actually felt guilty for eating milk chocolate, you know. So, like, because I've been kind of, you know, wondering would I ever go back on fish or shellfish or anything like that. And like when I accidentally ate the milk chocolate, I was like, oh my God, I don't feel guilty anymore. And my whole persona, it's the ego mind, you see. The ego mind keeps us stuck in the old ways. My friend asked me lately, like, she's like, oh, it's strange how your body doesn't want the things anymore. I was after explaining to her that my body doesn't want it anymore. It's like my soul doesn't want it. I don't want alcohol anymore. I don't want to eat meat, or I don't want to eat dairy anymore. And it's like, it's like, it's not a choice. It wasn't a choice for me. It was divinely guided. And at the start, my ego was so angry with the universe. It was like, fucking, every time I'd see a burger on an ad break, I'd be like, I want to eat meat. Do you know, and I felt pissed off. I felt angry for having to do this. But then when I accidentally ate the milk chocolate, I felt so guilty. And I was like, I started to realize why I don't want to eat meat. My heart and soul, I do not want to eat animals. I do not want to eat eggs because effectively you're preventing a life. This kind of stuff was an alien concept for me because all I ever knew was meat, conditioning, being in those lower racial lifestyles, eating the shitty food, drinking the alcoholic poison, taking drugs, smoking cigarettes. Do you know, all of this shit was literally making my body old before its time. And I feel 10 years younger because I'm eating healthier. I'm not putting any shitty substances into my body, whether it be drugs, drink, or alcohol, or that's the same thing, or tobacco. And I don't want those things anymore. I don't want any of it anymore. And I am healthier because of it. And it was my birthday like last week, and I decided to treat myself, and I bought loads of crisps and popcorn, and I baked some vegan cakes and stuff. And I overindulged, and my body reacted, and I felt shitty. I started getting heartburn, indigestion, and all this kind of stuff. And then it made me realize, because I'd been feeling a little bit like, oh, I wish I could still have treats. And I was feeling sorry for myself. So when I actually did eat the treats, my body reacted like it didn't want them. And now I'm like happier, eating healthier. But I needed to go back to the sweets, in a sense, to make my body react in that way. So what I'm saying is your body will adjust, or your mind will adjust to the new way of living. I used to think that there was an alien inhabiting my body when I started to change. But now I look back on that old version and I'm like, oh my God, how did I ever survive? I barely drank water when I used to drink alcohol. And I was like, how did I not die of dehydration? And now I love water. It's the only thing I drink, because even if I drink fizzy drinks now, that makes my body react as well. My body is healthy now, and if I put unhealthy things into it, I react. But it doesn't, like, as I said, my mind initially was like, oh, I can't do this. But our ego mind will keep us stuck. Our ego mind will prevent us from making that decision to heal our bodies, heal our minds, and heal our souls. It will prevent us to take those risks for ourselves. But if you want to continue in that black and white, shitty lifestyle, if you want anxiety for the rest of your life, fine, don't make that decision. Don't. And sorry, I sound a bit bitchy there, sorry. But like, you know, if you want to stay unhappy and anxious and depressed for the rest of your life, if you want your body to react through illness, stay there. And look back in 6 months' time and say, oh shit, nothing's changed, same shit every day. What about it? Or make that hard decision today. And it is a hard decision. It is a hard decision to let go of the old. It's a hard decision to let go of people and things that we have been so used to having in our lives as a comfort, in a sense, a comfort blanket. Because that's the thing with food for me. Food used to be a comfort thing for me. And the healthier I eat, I cook more now. I cook from scratch. Like, I used to buy frozen things. Now I'm cooking fresh vegetables and fresh stir fries and stuff like that. Do you know what? It's nice. It's more fulfilling. Like, I was going to buy a takeaway for my birthday, and I was like, I haven't had a takeaway in years. Well, over about a year and a half, I'd say. But I was going to get a takeaway for my birthday, and I was like, thoughts of it, to be honest, because I knew that my body would react to it if I had. And I decided to make a Chinese style meal myself, healthy from scratch, and vegan. So, that's the thing. These choices, they become part of you. They become easier when we don't fight that, or when we don't fight it. So stop listening to that ego mind. Stop listening to that anxious voice in your head saying, oh, you can't change, you can't get better, you can't do this. Like, my ego mind did not want me to be vegan. It did not want me to be vegan. And every time I thought about it, I'd be like, no, I don't want to. I can't change. I'll never not eat meat. And then I get a sign from the universe telling me to be vegan. And then when I became intolerant to dairy, I was like, okay, this is my sign. Because I got the download to give up eggs at one stage. And I was like, no, it's easy. I love eggs. And I do love eggs, but I haven't had eggs in over a year now. But like, it becomes easier. It becomes a normal way of life. But if we stay, like, and your life gets happier and more fulfilling and your life flows. So if you don't want to stay stuck in that fucking cloud, and it's a dense, heavy cloud that you are constantly in when you're anxious and depressed and you're living an unhealthy lifestyle. And you're like, I remember back in my 20s, I was on antidepressants, and I would go to the doctor once every 3 months to renew my prescription with a list of things that were wrong with me. And obviously there was nothing wrong with me if I could wait once every 3 months to go to the doctor. But I went with a list with ailments that I didn't fucking have. I used to have a box of paracetamol in my handbag, and I used to be eating them like Smarties. There was nothing wrong with me, but I had hypochondria because I was living in such a fear-based energy. Like, I don't take painkillers anymore because, like, I don't get ailments. And if I do, I know it's a part of ascension, and a lot of the time headaches are to do with water or dehydration anyway. So I don't take any kind of medication anymore. Like, for me to not take antidepressants anymore or anti-anxiety medication, it's because I started living with my soul. I started doing meditation. Meditation is the best medicine, and it's the healthiest medicine. And people won't do meditation because it's so outside of their comfort zone because they can't quiet the mind. This is why sleep meditation is so good. You don't have to do anything except press play and go to sleep. Simple. This stuff works for you as you sleep. Like, so stop putting off these decisions. Stop saying, I can't do this. You can do anything you want if you say yes. If you say I will instead of I'll try, or I can't, or I should, or I won't. Stop saying these things to yourself, because your language will actually dictate your life. Your beliefs dictate your life. And that's all we have to do is transform our beliefs. Fuck the old beliefs and transform those beliefs into new beliefs. This is what we need to do. And anyone can do it. Just make that decision today not to stay stuck in that old life. Stop living that way. If you want more for your life, if you want to be happy, make that choice today to change your life and to let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of those thoughts. Let go of those fears. Let go of those self-limited beliefs. Choose health, happiness. Choose life. Choose your life purpose. Choose fulfillment. Choose mission. And that's when everything starts to flow. That's when your life starts to get happy. Like, live with happy, not anxiety. Choose today. Make that hard. Like, it's your one decision. It might be a hard decision, but you are one decision away from changing your whole life. Make that choice today to take those baby steps forward and to move forward with your purpose, to move forward into a life of happiness and fulfillment and of health. Healthy life, abundant life, happy life. Happy mind, happy body, happy soul. Make that choice today. Let go of that past. Find your purpose. When you're stuck in that ego world, in that ego mind, you don't see anything except that 9-to-5 mediocre job. You don't think you're good enough for more. Get away from that ego. Fuck the ego. Go away, ego. Choose your soul. Choose that life. Choose you. Be selfish and choose you. Choose your health and happiness. Don't be stuck in those old low vibrational energies anymore. You don't owe anyone anything. You owe yourself a life of happiness. You owe your life purpose and the people you will save. everything. You like not the people who don't want to come with you. And if you continue to try and drag them along, you're only going to stay stuck and you will not move forward. Let them go. Let those things go. Make those hard decisions and move on with your life. Move forward with your life today. Choose health and happiness. Choose abundance. Choose that one step today. Play that sleep meditation so that you can unconsciously heal your mind so that doing conscious healing becomes easier. It's not rocket science. You press play and you go to sleep and your mind will heal for you. These meditations helped me to give up alcohol and helped me to heal childhood wounds that prevented me from wanting to be a mother. And I know I will have kids one day because of that. And I was allergic to fucking children. This meditation changes your life. And it doesn't take effort to take that step today to press play on your phone and go to sleep. That's all you have to do. You just make the choice right now that you want to be different, that you don't want to be anxious anymore, that you don't want to be in pain anymore. Choose you. Please. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. And if you want help on your journey, please ring me today for a discovery call. And I would love nothing more than to help guide you on your path of fulfillment and of your path to true health, true happiness, and to your life purpose and mission. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. So please make that choice today and come with me on that journey. Just choose you. Make those hard decisions so your life will no longer be hard. They're the hardest decisions you'll ever make, but they're the best decisions you'll ever make. In less than 1 year, I have gone from physical, mental deterioration to happiness, positivity, learning new skills every day, fulfilling my life purpose and fulfilling my dream because I made the hardest decision.